Welcome to Sky Night Narratives. Out in the cold, blue twilight of the outer solar system orbits Uranus and its bizarre moon, Miranda. A tiny world, barely 500 kilometers across, yet scarred, shattered, like no other object we've ever seen. Decades ago, Voyager 2 gave us our only close-up look, a fleeting glimpse revealing a Frankenstein moon, huge canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon, bizarre grooved terrains called coronae jammed against ancient cratered plains, cliffs taller than mountains, a surface so chaotically jumbled, scientists theorized it must have been shattered by a colossal impact and then haphazardly reassembled by gravity, a cosmic car crash. But what if that theory, born from a brief glimpse, is wrong? Right now, advanced AI algorithms are reanalyzing those precious, decades-old Voyager 2 images, extracting details hidden from human eyes. And the results are disturbing. The patterns aren't random. The fractures aren't natural. The sheer scale and violence implied by the terrain don't match impact models. The AI suggests Miranda wasn't shattered by an asteroid. It suggests the destruction was focused, perhaps even artificial. Are we looking at the aftermath of a natural cataclysm? Or are we seeing the battleground, the collateral damage of an ancient interplanetary conflict? Miranda might not be a victim of cosmic chance. It might be the haunting memorial to a war fought between gods or monsters right here in our solar system. If Miranda's surface is a battlefield, the evidence isn't subtle impact craters. It's the impossible scale and unnatural geometry of the destruction itself. This is the case file on the moon that looks like it went through hell. Miranda boasts the tallest known cliff in the solar system, Verona Rupes, estimated to be 20 kilometers, 12 miles high. That's 10 times deeper than the Grand Canyon, on a moon barely large enough to hold itself together. How does such a tiny world support a sheer drop of that magnitude? Impact models struggle to explain its formation without shattering the moon entirely. It looks less like an impact scar and more like a clean slice, a surgical cut, on a planetary scale. One of Miranda's bizarre coronae, Inverness corona, features a massive, bright chevron shape, like a giant V, etched across kilometers of terrain. The lines are remarkably straight, the angles sharp. It sits jarringly beside ancient cratered plains. Natural geological processes, ice tectonics, cryovolcanism, don't typically create perfect, large-scale geometric shapes. What force could carve a symbol onto the face of a moon? The entire surface looks like a jigsaw puzzle assembled wrong. Huge, distinct blocks of terrain, some heavily cratered, ancient, others grooved and younger, are jammed together with sharp, unnatural boundaries. It's not a gradual transition. It's abrupt, as if colossal sections of the moon were cut out, rearranged, and slammed back together in the wrong order. Standard impact and reassembly models predict a more homogeneous mixture, not this patchwork quilt of geological violence. A truly catastrophic impact, one large enough to shatter and reassemble Miranda, should have generated immense heat. We should see vast plains of melted and refrozen material, smoothed over features. Yet, Miranda's surface, while chaotic, shows surprisingly little evidence of widespread melting. The boundaries between terrains are sharp, the details often preserved. Could the destruction have been caused by something other than kinetic impact? Something that shattered, but didn't necessarily melt, like an advanced weapon? A 12-mile cliff, giant chevrons, a mismatched jigsaw puzzle, missing melt rock. Does this sound like a random asteroid impact? Or something else? Let me know your immediate hypothesis in the comments. And then, there's the glimpse we got. Voyager 2 flew past Miranda in 1986. It captured stunning, but limited images, covering only about 40% of the southern hemisphere. Why didn't we see more? The official explanation: telemetry constraints, limited flyby time, focusing on Uranus itself. But given the utterly bizarre nature of what was seen, was the limited coverage purely logistical? Or did mission controllers, seeing something so inexplicable, so potentially artificial or terrifying, make a deliberate choice to limit further high-resolution imaging, classifying the raw data and releasing only the most geologically explainable portions? The fact that we haven't sent another probe back in 40 years feels less like scientific priority and more like avoidance. So, Miranda, a moon seemingly glued together from mismatched pieces, carved with impossible geometry, bearing scars too deep, too clean to be natural. If a simple impact and reassembly can't explain this level of structured chaos, what can? This is where we venture into the deep history of our solar system, into possibilities obscured by billions of years, possibilities hinted at by the sheer violence etched onto Miranda's face. This is the extraterrestrial conflict hypothesis. What if, billions of years ago, long before humanity, the outer solar system was the site of an interplanetary war? A conflict fought between civilizations possessing technology far beyond our own, weapons capable of shattering worlds. Miranda wasn't hit by an asteroid. It was struck, perhaps repeatedly, by advanced weaponry. Gravitational disruptors, planet-cracking energy beams, forces that didn't just impact, but tore space itself apart locally. The Verona Rupes cliff, not an impact feature, but the edge of a shear zone created by a directed energy weapon. The chevrons, blast patterns, or even symbolic markers left by the victors or victims. The Jigsaw terrain, the result of the moon being fragmented by focused force and then crudely reassembled by gravity. A testament to unimaginable power and unimaginable destruction. We aren't looking at geology. We are looking at war crimes, written on a cosmic scale. But what if the destruction wasn't malicious, but accidental? What if Miranda, with its icy composition, was once targeted for planetary engineering? Perhaps an ancient civilization attempted to terraform it, create an ocean, ignite a core, using technologies we can only dream of. Imagine colossal machines, digging, fracturing, injecting energy deep into the moon's core. What if the process went catastrophically wrong? An uncontrolled energy release, a runaway tectonic cascade, literally breaking the moon apart from the inside out. The bizarre coronary, scars left by failed terraforming engines. The mismatched terrain, fragments collapsing back together after the internal structure failed. Miranda isn't a victim of war. It's the ruin of a failed mega engineering project. The ultimate industrial accident, frozen in time. Orbiting a distant blue giant, ancient battlefield, or terraforming gone wrong. The implications, etched into Miranda's fractured face, stretch across eons. The stakes? Our entire understanding of the history and potential violence of our solar system. If Miranda is the scar tissue of an ancient war or a failed mega-project, it means advanced intelligence capable of shattering worlds, was here, in our backyard, billions of years ago. Forget gentle evolution and quiet orbits. This paints a picture of a brutal, dynamic past. A solar system potentially shaped not just by gravity and collisions, but by intelligence, by conflict, by catastrophic ambition. It means the great silence we hear today might not be emptiness, but the quiet after the storm, the silence of ruins. And the clock is ticking against oblivion. The Voyager 2 data is all we have. A few grainy photographs from 1986, decades old, degrading, subject to interpretation and reinterpretation by AI. Miranda orbits Uranus, billions of kilometers away. There are no currently planned missions back to this enigmatic moon. No orbiters, no landers. The clues, the potential proof of ancient wars or colossal failures, are eroding under cosmic radiation, micrometeorite impacts, fading with each passing year. We flew by, saw something impossible, shrugged, and flew on. Was that the single greatest mistake in the history of exploration? Did we glance upon the Rosetta Stone of galactic conflict or cosmic engineering and fail to recognize its significance? The chance to return, to map the entire moon, to analyze the unnatural fractures, to search for actual artifacts, is decades away, if it ever comes at all. The battlefield, or the failed experiment, is slowly being erased by time. Decades pass, evidence fades, the mystery deepens. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because the secrets frozen onto Miranda won't wait forever. So, Miranda, a tiny moon, shattered and rebuilt, screaming silent testimony across billions of years. Is it the horrifying aftermath of an ancient celestial war? Proof that intelligence arose and perhaps fell long before us? Or is it the monumental ruin of a failed terraforming project? A warning about the perils of godlike ambition. Whatever broke Miranda, it paints a starkly different picture of our solar system's past. Not a quiet nursery, but potentially a battleground. A place of colossal engineering and perhaps colossal failures. It forces us to wonder, what other scars, what other relics lie hidden in the outer darkness, remnants of a history we are only just beginning to suspect? The answers, frozen onto Miranda's impossible face, await our return, if we ever dare to look again. If this journey to the shattered moon Miranda and the ancient mysteries it holds captivated your imagination, support Sky Night Narratives by hitting that like button. But now, the final question echoes from Uranus's shadow. The Sky Night Narratives community. What is your theory on Miranda's catastrophic past? Was it an ancient interplanetary battlefield, or a terraforming experiment gone horribly wrong? And here's the thought that lingers in the deep cold. If advanced civilizations were active in our solar system billions of years ago, where did they go? And did they leave anything else behind? Drop your most compelling theories about Miranda's true history in the comments below, and share this video with someone who thinks our solar system's past was peaceful. Miranda screams otherwise,